When the obelisk first came out, I wanted one so
bad. She was ate up.
And you had a
and I'm still questioning. I'm going. This is an interesting thing. I'm wondering how an entity that lived life perhaps in the 1800s really doesn't know what this is. This light over here that's shining at us certainly wouldn't know what a camera is, and this. How would this entity be able to get into a microchip and manipulate things? I want to know the interface between a spirit and something like the pucks. You know, it's like, or the puck.
How can they make this
How could an entity perhaps that lived life in the 1800s possibly know what to do with an IC chip? You know, and I'm just, it's not that I disbelieve, it's like, I would really, really, really be interested in that answer and everything, not from a sarcastic point, but just to know how these things are being manipulated and how they could be so darn uncanny at times, you know, and say things at the right time, at the right place, you know, and not just be total nonsense. Is our brain just putting these things together? I don't think so, you know.
Yeah.
But yet, how does it do it?
But I have more trust in this than I would in a ghost box, where it has the radio waves.
But how does how does Chris Angel levitate above the pyramid?
Oh,
you know, how does that happen?
Or above the swimming pool
with no helicopter?
Like, how can he walk across
no
water?
Helicopter. What the F is going on here?
Yeah,
you know,
like,
he's standing up here and you know, it's like we can't do that.
How can you develop those illusions?
But he's doing that, and somehow something's doing this. And it's just a real interesting thing. I'd like to know how the interface works.
I don't know how they, I would like to, I don't know if someone's doing a study, well they had to do something to develop this. But
how does an entity all of a sudden turn into an electrical engineer to know how to manipulate
that's how he brought
these
it to me,
digital bits inside this thing to do that? Or is it, I'm missing something. I know I'm missing something. I'm missing something that should be very obvious. Like, how do I talk? You know, it should be impossible for me to talk, but I'm talking right now. And a sound is coming out. I don't understand how that happens. I understand how a string vibrates, you know, and you have so many hertz per second, you know, and stuff like that. Maybe it's something along that line, you know, and except it's more electromagnetic or something like that. Maybe I'm thinking too hard, you know, as far as maybe I should let faith take over, you know, as far as.
I guess my understanding of that thing is pretty much there's a library of words, and each word is connected to a certain frequency. And the spirit has to come in and pick out the frequency it wants, which is connected to the word, and it spits out the word. And then how do you know what frequency to pick? And
That's exactly.
It's weird. I don't know.
But see,
it has to be an Einstein.
I equate that to thinking, gosh, I look forward to dying so I can understand, you know, frequencies and better, you know, and it would be great to die, you know, because maybe you can understand. Well, I mean, along those lines, that it's not that bad to suddenly be conscious and aware of how things to a human are not so apparent, but maybe to a spirit are very apparent, you know, as far as the workings of nature and how one thing interacts with another and the understanding behind, you know, how things work and stuff. Maybe a spirit can freely go through doorways and pathways and
maybe
dimensions, you know, whatever.
Maybe all become Einsteins after they die.
I'd love that.
Wouldn't it be wonderful to become?
I'd love to know how many universes are out there. I'd love to know if this entire universe is just like a little dust speck in someone else's huge major universe.
There was this something on Discovery about an alternate universe possibility. And it's like, hey, that's been in science fiction for how long now? It actually might be true.
But I've always been kind of interested in that world and a world and a world and a world thing, you know, as far as well, it's the you know, marriage of, you know, astrophysics, you know, they have the whole unified theory type of thing, you know, as far as why does an atom resemble a planetary system, you know, as far as orbits and stuff like that, you know, and if they find that key to that grand unified theory, you know, it'd explain a lot maybe, and maybe we're just overthinking this. Maybe we're just on the very edge and very cusp of thinking as far as what is just a natural occurrence, you know, as far as how the micro and the macro are all in one, you know, and people try to explain it through superstring theory and through all of these different ways as far as how the universe is glued together. And but then in the same breath, we're only looking at physical matter too. What about the non-physical matter and stuff? So it's real interesting.
Yeah.